Now. Before you heard the sound. Now. My proposal to all of you is that right here and now you are free. You see? This, like Bhagwan said, self-knowledge, everything that you want is already here. Now, what you have to stop doing is stop practicing the false. And we went through how you practice the false, how you can take on a notion to be your reality, and how that notional identification can make you personal. That is the ego, that is ignorance, that is falsity. You see? Then we looked at then what is missing. If it is that straightforward, click, 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 you see, then what is missing? What is missing is that the mind does not confirm that I found the truth, because in that moment where I say before the sound of the click, your mind will say nothing is happening. You see? Yes? Yes. So to counter this idea that nothing is happening, I ask you a question, are you aware now? And you are able to confirm yes. And I'm pointing out to you how this is a very unique confirmation, because although you do not perceive this awareness, you still say yes. Whereas other things you would have to perceive to confirm. Or at least you would have to go to some learned concept and refer to that and confirm. But for awareness, you don't need to go to memory and you don't need to go to any perception. Yes? And that the mind can never really fathom this self-knowledge, can never really get with this program, because it will keep saying, what are you talking about? You see, you don't see anything. Yes, and yet you are aware. You see, so trying to force it to go into the mind and become a mental confirmation is a pointless exercise, because you may even do that and the mind may decide to play along from time to time, but only to set you up for failure, because it will say, you had it when we were sitting together in satsang and looking together, but now you lost it again. It will make it into an event, but it is not an event. So this is the simplicity of self-knowledge. So the first trouble is that the mind will say, no, 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 this is not it, I didn't find anything, convince me. You see, and if you keep falling into that trap of trying to convince the mind, then that is to practice ignorance again. The second thing, and maybe this is as potent as the first, is that the mind will say, okay, then so what? So what now? Which sounds like a very humble question, but actually inbuilt in that so what now is the Maha Mantra of the ego, which is, what's in it for me? What did I get? And you, that can get or not get, never actually exists. But in believing that notion of what did I get, am I free now? Can I stay like this? All of these ideas, again, is to practice ignorance. Because you take on an identity which is not your reality. So if you did not bother with trying to convince the mind, and you did not bother with what did I get, what's in it for me, what now, what next, what should I do, how should I live, all of these are inbuilt inherently with false identification. And if you don't jump into this kind of thing, then you are just free, naturally. And even when you do, you see, and conditioning can fight back, you see, and you may end up buying some idea about yourself. The good news is what? That the starting point is always that you are free. That's the whole game of spirituality. So, so how to keep this conditioning away when it seems compelling and it is calling out to us and saying, come, come. It seems very magnetic. You inquire and it says, I need to really do this and become free. I still have to figure out how to live my life. You see, all of these ideas. Then we can inquire and say, but who is the I? Who am I? And if you're not feeling like inquiring, then we just let go and surrender. And again, I'm reminding everyone that all spiritual practices, in one way or the other, are related to this. So all that flow chart is available to you.